all is well with you guys. Just up here, over here at the temple, and just was thinking about, watch night. I know many don't really understand what watch night is, but real quick, for those that are not familiar with watch night, and you hear some noise in the background, so I'm at the temple, so some of the people from the assembly, we gathered here for watch night. We, uh, prayed and, we witnessed and ministered and so forth. But for some of you guys that may not be familiar with watch night, I know when many people think of watch night, they automatically think of New Year's Eve in terms of celebrating New Year's Eve. And what we do here, and I started this when we started our ministry 15 years ago. Actually, started when I was still in Church of God in Christ. Started it there uh, at the church that I was attending. Uh, you know, watch night. And some of you guys may not know and understand what watch night is. Now, of course, if you do the Google and all of that, they would try to tell you that watch night uh, pretty much, for the most part, was certain churches had watch night, or they'll try to tell you that Abraham Lincoln had, far as in terms of the slaves, on New Year's Eve, was waiting in anticipation of Abraham Lincoln to declare that that the slaves are freed. The Emancipation Proclamation. And I want to tell you, that's the furthest thing from the truth. The Emancipation Proclamation did nothing to free slaves. It was not about freeing our ancestors. And actually, it took over 2 years before it actually kicked in uh, from once it was declared. But the fact of the matter is, what occurred um, on Watch Night, right, which they were called New Year's Eve, what actually took place was our ancestors, many of them in anticipation, waited in fear of not knowing that they would ever see if that was going to be the final day that they'll see their loved ones. Because what would happen at watch night, or should I say, New Year's Eve, the slave owners, the slave master of the plantation, when he do his books, if you go through his books and he's in the red, and in many cases he didn't even have to be in the red. What they would do is, on New Year's Day, they would sell slaves. They'll sell some of their slaves in order to balance their books. And then January 2nd, this is what they called moving, right? Moving day. This is where the slaves had to report to their new slave owners. It's not what many make it out to be. It's not what history tried to hijack and try to say about Abraham Lincoln. It had nothing to do with it. So if you just take the time out and you just read some of the books of the slave testimonies, they'll give you a vivid description of what many of them had to anticipate, and the things that they had to go through on New Year's Eve or watch night. So again, one of the horror stories, one of the saddest stories that I read about that, it was a woman who had like 7 or 8 kids, and she was sorrowful. She was crying because she didn't know if that was going to be the last time she saw her children. So what they did was they sold her children. Every last one of them got sold to different slave owners, and they made sure that she didn't know what plantations that they went to. I mean, some of the saddest things that you saw, some of the saddest things you'll read about, rather, because of course we can't see it, but some of the saddest things that you will read about. So if you really want to get clarity about watch night, New Year's Eve, get some of those, purchase the books of the voices of the slaves. It's a number of books out there. Like I said, that's one of the saddest things that I've read. you know. But again, it was anticipation, preparing that, for what may happen the next day. There was no guarantee that they would be together the next day. So, family, it's not about celebrating New Year's, but the key is, you know, for me, we do watch night here, just so that way we can remember the things that our ancestors had to go through. See, most of you don't have to worry about those things. Actually, I would say none of us have to really worry about or be concerned about those things that, you know, the next day you may not see your loved ones that you are that you have around with you. I mean, around with you, among you, because they'll be sold off. We don't have to deal with those things. Of course, we have uh, certain challenges that we have to face. But think about our ancestors. This is why we have to thank the Most High. Really thank the Most High for allowing us to be born in this timeline, right? This dispensationalists would say this dispensation of time, right? But I think that sometimes we could get so caught up in what's happening in the now, and we forget, where we come from. Sometimes we get so caught up in progression, not realizing that progression, right? Progressing, progress is not freedom. Yes, we made certain, uh, we progressed in certain areas, but we're not free. Think about it, we're truly not free, regardless of who has the House, the Senate, the White House, or the presidency, whether it's Democrats, Republicans.
You good, fella?
Yeah, I'm just doing a quick live, but now I'm gonna head out. Everybody's out. Okay, so whether it's Democrats, Republicans, whomever, think about it. Our people always coming on the short end of the stick. Always. Now, of course, you'll have, with this whole Trump coming into office, you'll have a lot of our own brothers and sisters who have been got it in their minds thinking that the Republican Party is all about our people, thinking that Donald Trump is all about our people. Family, we're going to have to be we're going to have to be strong. We are going to have to be strong, because Trump is kind of reminding me of what our ancestors had to go through. When I was thinking about what he said about what he's going to do with the immigrants, and if you really pay attention, he's pointing his fingers towards the Negro, the Haitians, the Nigerians. He said this in his campaigns, how he was going to start with Ohio and those legal immigrants, Haitian immigrants. He was going to he wants to send the military there to kick them out. Now, some of you guys may look at it like, hey, what's the big deal in that? The Haitians, the people from Haiti, those are our brothers and sisters. The difference between the people in Haiti and the difference between us is where we got dropped off to. Come on in.
You stand?
I'm going to head out. I was doing a quick live. Did Elder already leave?
Yes.
Okay, I'm about to head out. So the difference between the Haitians, or our brothers and sisters in Haiti, the difference between our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, as far as, Jamaica, Barbados, the difference is just where our ancestors got dropped off. We're the same people. We are the same people, but what is the significance in this? Do you know you could be at the gas station, you could be wherever, and they could send out unidentified people, because that's what he did in his last term. That's wearing no type of uh, name plates or patches, so you can tell who's who, no badges, and they could take you. They could take you and kick you out of this country. That's going to happen. Not saying to everyone, but it's going to happen. They could take you and kick you out, take you to send you to Haiti, whatever. He's talking about doing a purge. And when I thought about that and listening to him, it made me think about what our ancestors had to deal with. When I listened to uh, many of our brothers and sisters in Ohio, I had to, think about what our ancestors were going through during watch night, the fear that they had. Our brothers and sisters are in Haiti, or our Haitian brothers and sisters, they are in fear. They are in fear when January 6th kicks in. But I'll say this, family. Exodus chapter 14, verse 13 to 14. Fear ye not, stand still, see the salvation of Yahweh. These Egyptians that you see here today, you'll never have to deal with them again. The Most High will fight for us, but we have to hold our peace. Doesn't matter where we are around this world, whether it's in this country or outside of this country. Deuteronomy makes it clear that the sword follows us everywhere we go. Read Deuteronomy 20. It says the sword shall follow us. So it doesn't matter where you flee to or go to, rather. It doesn't matter if you're in the United States. Doesn't matter if you're in Brazil. Doesn't matter if you're in Haiti. Doesn't matter if you're in the Caribbean. Doesn't matter if you're in Alaska. It said the sword. So no matter where we are, the sword is going to follow. The affliction is going to follow until the Most High come again. Be encouraged, family. Be encouraged. With that being said, I'm going to jump off here. Just wanted to just talk to you guys real quick. I think I'm last one here. I think a couple of people waiting for me outside just to make sure that I'm safe. But with that being said, don't want to take advantage of them. Want to allow them to get home as well. But with that being said, family, just be safe, be careful, especially turning over to 2025. I understand that the Hebrew calendar does not start until the first new moon after the spring equinox, but we still have to deal with this Gregorian calendar. When you go to work, is your schedule based off of the Hebrew calendar or the Gregorian calendar? I'll say this, Robert Shepard, if you're not foundational Black American, goodbye. I don't agree with that, and this is why. This is why. We're the same people. We are the same people. I understand the whole concept of foundational Black America, but we are the same people. That creates a level of division among us. To say that even in the midst of our brothers and sisters that are going through that, they're the same. They are your relatives. To say that, that make that comment that you just don't care, away with them, send them away. Do you really understand Haiti? Do you know, had it not been for those Haitians, our Haitian brothers and sisters, do you know that the United States wouldn't even be in the position that it's in? I recommend that you study what happened in Savannah. Study what happened with Haitian young men that were being used as human shields back in the 17th to 18th century. When the Brits, had it not been for our Haitian brothers and sisters, you can look it up. One of the guys is named Henry Christophe, who was the first president of Haiti. He and others were used as human shields in Savannah, Georgia. And the soldiers, right, the colonies, the soldiers of the colonies, they fled, left them there. Them and other Haitian brothers and sisters, brothers there, and they are the reason why that Georgia was not lost to the Brits. Look up the history. So when you say foundational Black Americans and you say be off with them, do you know, again, it was the Haitians that kept the the 13 colonies from becoming literally territories of the Brits. So I want to make sure you guys understand that. Foundational Black Americans, when you disregard that history, look it up. Had they lost Georgia, you wouldn't even have the term called foundational Blacks. Had they lost Georgia, and again, you go to Savannah, Georgia, go to the first African Black church, right, of Savannah, Georgia, you'll see the statues sitting right out in front of the church. And again, why is that so important? Why is that significant? Because remember, Haiti, the reason why Haiti is in the conditions that it is right now is because they are the only group of people that fought against and revolted, formed a revolt, and they fought and they won against the oppressors. They won against the oppressors, and they got blacklisted from that point on. Come on, family. They got blacklisted. That's why Haiti is in the condition that it's in, because all the nations came together and blacklisted them. Come on, we gotta let that divisive rhetoric go. And I understand the foundational Black American, I understand that. But what I don't agree with is separating and coming out with that type of hatred and treating our Haitian brothers and sisters, or any of our brothers and sisters that scattered around the four corners of this earth, and treating them as if they are not related to us. Do you know Brazil, believe it or not, they get worse. They're treated worse than us. Go to Brazil and see the suppression that they have to go through. Come on, family. So when I see comments like that, that tells me that some just don't care. I can't roll with that. I can't roll with that. I can't roll with that mindset, that logic. And think about it. You can't tell a Haitian person from a foundational Black American, because we're the same people. So when Trump sends out the military to start snatching people up, you think that there's there's not a chance that you can't be snatched up because we all look alike. Look at the incidence of hate crimes rising now. It's going to be just like how it was, if not worse, when it was when Trump was in office his first term. It's going to be just the same, if not worse. So I'm going to say this to our foundational Black American brothers and sisters that are subscribing to that term. We have to use wisdom. And I can't roll with that logic that we just treat our brothers and sisters differently because they in a different space, a different territory. I just can't roll with that. I can't roll with that. Man, I'm just, man. That's sad, family. That is sad. That is sad. And I'll just encourage you, if you want to reach out to me offline, feel free to do so. And we could talk more about it. Hey, if anyone that's from the foundational Black Americans group, and you want to have dialogue, come on, let's do it. I'm open to dialogue. And I'll share you some history, especially as I talked about with Savannah, to show you what occurred by people that you deem foreigners, our own people, deeming them foreigners, the very people that you don't have a heart for, with this whole plan of deporting them to wherever they want to send them to. Think about what Biden did to them. Remember, Biden did the same thing, similar, when they came to the border. I think over 10,000. And somehow he found the resources to send them back to Haiti. But yet, at the same time, he had over 70,000 people from Afghanistan flown here to this country, taken care of. Matter of fact, the base that used to be called Fort Lee had them out there, had some of them out there. Come on, family. So it doesn't matter who's in office. Doesn't matter who is in office. Doesn't matter who is in office. When it comes to our people, we are going to always be on the low end of the total poll. And he just sent another $2 billion to Ukraine. And guess what? John Hennix, Donald Trump is going to do the same thing. He's going to continue to support Ukraine. He's going to continue to support the name stealers, just like we see it today. But nevertheless, family, let me get up out of here. I may try to do a live tomorrow and we talk about it. But let me get out of here because, people are still waiting for me. All right. But love you guys. Shalom.